This is episode number 253 of the Middle Country Public Library podcast. Hello and welcome. Sal DiVincenzo here with my fabulous colleague, Sarah Fade.
Hey.
How are you?
Good. How are you?
Good. Happy holidays.
Yes.
And you know, it's the holiday season. Da-da-da-da-da. And for the holiday season, you do something special with our holiday DVDs. You want to tell us about it?
Sure. So in both our branches, we like to make getting these holiday movies easier to find and get. So what we do is we just put them on carts with assign this as holiday DVDs, and we just usually have them pulled and separated and for easy access. So in Centereach, it is near the adult reference desk, and in Selden, it is it's still upstairs in the adult area. And I believe Children's does this as well.
Yes,
they
do.
Pull their holiday titles and put them on carts for easy access.
Great.
And it's 5 holiday titles per card holder.
So as long as you have a card
Yeah.
with Middle Country, you can take out 5 at a time.
Yeah.
And it's the normal 1 week loan period for those.
Yes.
Okay. Great.
Yeah.
Awesome. So Sarah, what's your go-to holiday movie? Do you have any?
I do. I like, of course, I like Elf.
Okay. Yes.
And I also like the Jim Carrey's Scrooge.
Oh, okay. Jim Carrey or Bill Murray's Scrooge?
No, not Scrooged,
Oh.
but the it's not the Night Before Christmas. What is the one with
Oh, yes. Okay, I know what you're talking about. You're talking about the animated one.
Yes,
The
Disney.
Robert
Yes.
Zemeckis motion capture
Yeah,
one. Oh, you
yeah.
like that one?
I do.
Okay.
I don't. What's the title of it?
A Christmas Carol.
Christmas Carol. Yes,
Yeah, I think it's a Christmas Carol.
it is a Christmas Carol. So
Oh,
it's Disney's Christmas Carol with Jim Carrey, directed by
Robert Zemeckis.
Yeah, so that it's not a musical. It's like
Mm-hmm.
I like that one a lot.
Okay. You don't do any horror Christmas like, was that Krampus?
I hate that.
Oh, yeah?
I like horror movies, but
Uh-huh.
I don't like horror with other things. Like I don't like that at all.
You don't like the mixing thing.
I don't like any holiday that's not like Halloween. I don't like it.
Yeah.
Like don't make the Easter Bunny scary. Don't make Santa scary.
All right, very cool. So, so if you're in the neighborhood, folks, listeners, you want to check out our holiday collection. They're on a cart for you for easy access.
Yeah, we have classics with
Okay.
like Laurel and Hardy,
Oh, wow. Okay.
right? Is that
Yeah,
who they are?
yeah. Laurel and Hardy.
Yeah, because I know they do the nut.
March of the Wooden Soldiers.
Yes.
Yes.
But we also have, and I know a lot of people like them,
Mm-hmm.
those Hallmark Christmas movies.
Oh, there's like 1.5 million, 1.6 million of them?
Yes, we have so many, folks. So if you don't have the Hallmark channel, but you love Hallmark movies, come on down.
Great.
We have a lot.
Awesome. That's cool. All right. Well, that's a great feature that we have. We do have holiday music as well.
Yes.
Now, I don't take them upstairs though. I'm not as nice and convenient.
Well, there's
as
a lot
you,
of those.
because there are a lot.
Yeah.
But they're in our regular collection. So you go downstairs here in Centereach or upstairs in Selden. They'll be in alphabetical order, but we have a very nice collection, and we added about 20 new items to our collection for this year's season.
Nice.
Yeah, so we have a nice mix of country and pop and all the classics, reissues and whatnot. So definitely check that out. If you go online to our catalog, there's actually a link for the new holiday CDs. So you tap on that and you can reserve them if you want. Great. So we're getting into the spirit here. And something big happened last week, Sarah. We actually had a ribbon cutting for our new reading room here in Centereach.
Right. I love it.
It is beautiful.
Mm-hmm.
We have the reading room is open now. We have new quiet study. We have our new innovation space, study rooms, conference rooms, whatever you want to call those. The cafe is coming. It's almost there, but not quite. But it's coming next year, so we're excited about that. So for a focus segment this week, I'm going to chat with the director of the library about the new reading room and innovation space.
Nice. Okay.
All right, so here it goes. I'm here on the adult floor with our director, Sophia Serlis-McPhillips. Hello, Sophia. Thanks for coming down to the podcast once again.
Hello. Thank you very much for having me.
So we're looking at this beautiful new reading space, and these new facilities that we have here, a new renovation. Can you tell us how this came about? What was the plan on this for this new wonderful place that we got here?
So we started our first visioning workshop back in 2017. For a long time, we wanted to renovate the adult services reading room and add an innovation space and a podcast, and we wanted to reorganize our quiet study room. And we just wanted to create an environment that just felt welcoming, where people walked in and felt like, I'm in, it's like a living room space where they feel relaxed and they can enjoy. We wanted to open up the windows in the front reading garden area to let in some more natural light, and you can see some sky and the nice greenery that we have outside. And due to many patron requests, we were able to add a cafe. So, we're working on that as well. So there was, the pandemic along the way. So we were able to approve our project through New York State in September of 2020. We had our first kickoff construction meeting February of 2021, and there were some delays and hurdles along the way, just like the rest of the world. But we were absolutely thrilled last Friday to be able to have our ribbon cutting ceremony for our adult services room.
It really is beautiful. Now, a little personal question. What is your favorite part of this new design?
So my favorite part, I believe, is our innovation space. It is very unique, I feel. It's modern. It has a lot of equipment in it. I just love the vibe, that art, like workshop feel that's in there. And I think that the community is going to love going in and creating. So I'm excited not only for the space, I love the way it looks and I love what it represents, but I'm super excited for what potential partnerships and collaborations we may have going forward in ways maybe that we never thought of right now.
Absolutely. And we'll take a little tour in a moment, and I'll just go over some of the cool things that we have here so our listeners can find out about it. But in a couple of weeks, we're going to have a really in-depth episode about all the great features of the Makerspace. So we've moved to the other side of the floor here, and I'm noticing we have some new rooms. Now, we used to have Quiet Study, but this is like Quiet Study Plus. Can you tell us a little bit about that?
Yes. So our new Quiet Study room is, it's a little bit smaller than the old one, but we did actually do a survey to see how many people were in the old room at a given hour during the day. But we do, we have a lot of college students that come here. We are in between Stony Brook University and Suffolk Community College, Selden campus, St. Joseph's. There are a lot of colleges and universities close by. So we do get a lot of college students who come in. And over the years, we've had a lot of people come in and study to take police exams and financial exams. So it's really heavily used. So we are excited that it's bright in there, it's clean. We'll hope more people come down to study.
Yeah, it really is beautiful. I mean, and it's got, all glass so you can see in there. Now, I am noticing behind us here, as we're looking to the other side of the room, that we have a new feature of the room down here. What are these going to be for?
Okay, so we have two new what we're calling small group study rooms, and we wanted to create these rooms similar to the two rooms that we have in Selden. They are very popular, so people can come in and sit there for an hour and can study privately if they like. But we also have the space available for our veterans volunteer that comes down that meets with veterans one-on-one, our high cap from Suffolk County, so our literacy students. So we have a partnership with Literacy Suffolk, so tutors that are coming in and meeting with their students. So there's various ways that people can utilize that room. And, we have it set up for 2 people, but you could fit a few more.
Yes, that's fantastic. So now let's take a walk to, I think, like you mentioned, the jewel, I think, of this whole thing, which is the innovation space, which is split up. It's actually one long space, but it could be split up into 2 spaces. So let's talk a little bit about this place. Okay, so now we are in the innovation space / maker space. Also includes our beautiful media studio, or recording studio here, where folks will be able to do podcasting and video production as well. And I'm looking at this space, and the first thing that I notice, Sophia, is that it is very quiet in here. We have great soundproofing from the other parts of the building.
Yes. So when we were developing our makerspace and the whole actually room in general, we really spent the time and we had acoustical survey done to make sure that with the noise that we were expecting to have coming from our innovation space, we didn't want to disrupt the rest of the room. And if you look, right outside the windows here, we have our computer area. So we didn't want to disturb anybody that would be working or doing anything out there. So we do have extra padding underneath our floor. So it's a rubber floor. And we do the glass, there are glass walls, but they are double glass panels. So that way, acoustically, the sound stays inside, because we know the way the room is set up, it could be one large room, but we do have two separate doors, and we did install a room divider in the middle, so that one side is where we have all our heavy equipment, and where, let's say, that our noise creating machines will be on the other side. And then on the side where the recording studio is, we have tables, and people can come in, and there's sewing machines and some other equipment available to them that doesn't produce as much noise. We're hoping to have some drop-in programs. So, we can divide the room in half, so we can have an open time and a program time, or we could have one large space, depending on the use. So it gives us a little bit more flexibility going forward.
Yes, and I think the key word here is large. We saw the plans before this started, even the construction, and it's hard to tell when there are no walls up. But this is a really remarkably large space.
Absolutely. So we wanted to dedicate as much space as we could. And if we could have had a little bit more space, we would have made it a little bit bigger. But again, we felt it was important that people were able to have the space to move around. We did anticipate that some of the machines in here would be rather large. So we wanted to make sure we had adequate space for that. And of course, it was very important for us to have the recording studio. And we wanted to make sure that, as you know, our podcast team, there are 3 people. So we wanted to make sure that they felt comfortable sitting in that space. But, again, we are hoping to have appointments and to have people from the community come in. So if, a group of 2 or 3 people wanted to use the space, they would feel comfortable in there as well.
Yeah, and it is a great space as well. It's very... It definitely lends itself to a professional. When you sit in here, you feel like you're about to do something great. So that's a good thing. The great design that we have here. So as I mentioned before, we're gonna have a full length episode on all the great things that we have in here. But just really quickly looking across the room, we have 3D printers, we have laptops, we have Cricuts, we have sewing machines, we have sublimation printers, so you can make mugs, a CNC, a laser engraver. I mean, there are so many wonderful things in here, and I think we're all really looking forward to having our patrons come down and take advantage of it.
Absolutely. So right now we're hoping that by the beginning of January, we will have a set schedule where our patrons can go to our website and can see what's going on a daily basis. And there'll be much more information coming down as far as training and having people come in and utilize the equipment. So make sure you listen to the podcast in January.
Okay, so we are making our way across the floor, and I love this furniture. It's very nice.
Yes, the furniture, is absolutely beautiful. We tried to pick colors that were vibrant but yet soothing, and we tried to make sure that there was a lot of seating, comfortable seating for people, especially looking outside to the fountain area, as well as, we tried to make sure there were a lot of tables for people that just wanted to sit and meet or, work at their, not in the quiet study, but still had the capacity to sit at a table.
Yes, definitely. And as we make our way to the corner of the room to our almost ready to open cafe, and I'm very excited about this. I love coffee. I love espresso drinks and whatnot. So do you want to tell us just a little bit about the cafe? So
the cafe, we're hoping to be open in early of 2023. As I mentioned earlier, we had so many requests for people from our patrons to have a cafe. We did spend some time traveling to other libraries and to other areas to look at their setups, to look at their equipment. So we are very excited to offer wonderful coffee. Actually, real beans will be grounded. So we'll have espresso cappuccinos, different drinks. There'll be different syrups available, and also just regular coffee and decaffeinated coffee, hot chocolate and tea. And we will be working with a local bagel store. JoJo's Bagels are right here in Center Reach. We work with them for many, many years. And so they will be supplying bagels with butter and, cream cheese and that sort of thing. We'll have muffins. There'll be all sorts of snacks available. And again, we're hoping that, yogurt and healthy items as well. But we are looking forward to that. And we hope when it's open that you all take advantage of our cafe and you come down and try our wonderful coffee.
Absolutely. And I tell you, we're in the testing phase right now, and I can smell this coffee. The beans are very good. So if you come down and you take I wish this was Smellomatic that we could put it on the podcast. But what we will do is we will put pictures of this wonderful space in our show notes so folks can see this. And like I had mentioned earlier in the episode, next year, hopefully we're going to have a video component to the podcast. So hopefully we'll be able to show people how things work in the makerspace and the innovation space and how wonderful this place is. So Sophia, thank you so much for coming on the podcast again and showing me around this great space. And I'm really looking forward to the future here with the cafe.
It was absolutely my pleasure. Thank you very much.
Well, that does it. I hope that everybody comes down and checks out our wonderful space that we have here now. We have waited a very long time to have this happen. COVID kind of like knocked everything out for about a year and a half. But we're finally it's come to fruition. It's beautiful. Definitely, if you're in the neighborhood, come down and check it out. And again, hopefully sometime early next year, we will have our full service wonderful cafe
nice
for people to check out. So that does it for this episode. If you want to listen to older episodes or read our show notes, visit our website, mcplpodcast.com. If you're watching on YouTube, hit the like button. We'd love you to subscribe. We're still not up to the 1,000, Sarah.
Oh, geez.
We got to get up there. Hit that subscribe button. We do more than just the podcast on this YouTube channel, so you got to check it out. And starting next year, we're going to have some supplemental videos for the podcast, perhaps. We'll see. It's going to be a wonderful thing, I hope. So stay tuned for that. So for Sarah Fade, I'm Sal DiVincenzo. We'll see you on the next show.